Today, we remember with gratitude the life of Kendall Corder, and we give thanks to God for those things he did to make our world a better place. Through his service, may our dedication to serving others be deepened, and may our eyes be lifted to that which is eternal. Scripture tells us to be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer, and to share with the Lord's people who are in need. But how does a grieving parent, a loving grandmother, a dear brother and sister, and other close family, friends, and co-workers find hopes in the midst of such affliction? It can only be found through God's love, which we see in a grieving family that comes together to support one another. In every seat in this church, on every corner, and on every street along the procession routes, in the long lines of visitation today, in the countless hugs and well wishes, and in the countless prayers that have been offered by family, friends, and those who do not even know this family. This is where God's love can be found in the actions we take toward our fellow man. 1 John 3:16 tells us, this is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. Thank you, Kendall, for laying down your life for your brothers and sisters and showing us Christ's love. Law enforcement is a unique endeavor. Some would say it is a profession, but most involved would say it is a calling. There are a few undertakings so noble as the protection of your community. It is defined by service and attracts those who truly believe they can make a difference. For those of us involved, we could never imagine doing anything else. There are many who enter into this profession and serve with distinction. There are a select few who soar above the rest, as Kendall did. Officers, every day you step into uncertainty with courage, knowing that the risks you face could alter the course of your life or even bring it to an untimely end. This is courage not born of fearlessness, but rather of a resolute commitment to duty, a steadfast belief that the welfare of the community outweighs personal peril. This is courage that comes from the heart of a servant leadership that Jesus taught us when he washed the feet of the disciples and when he went to the cross on our behalf. When tragedy strikes in the line of duty, the loss reverberates far beyond the immediate circle of family and colleagues. It is felt deeply by the entire community, as we have witnessed these past 2 weeks. The badge that once symbolized hope and protection is now marked with a black band, which becomes a solemn reminder of the ultimate sacrifice made in its name. In moments like these, officers are bound by shared grief and an unyielding resolve to honor their fallen brothers and sisters. And at the heart of this camaraderie lies an unspoken promise to preserve the memory of their fallen brother and continue the work that they so valiantly pursued. This collective spirit, though born of sorrow, becomes a beacon of resilience and dedication, proving that even in the face of loss, the mission remains steadfast. Kendall was the embodiment of what that mission of law enforcement aspires to be, as we read in Psalm 82. Defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed, rescue the weak and the needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked. The protectors, the exemplars, the unsung heroes of their time. Officers, today you must be well versed in psychology, social services, crisis intervention, suicide prevention, just to name a few things. You are asked to be a part of the worst things that can happen in a person's life. To tell someone their loved one has just died unexpectedly. To counsel a marriage that has been in trouble perhaps for longer than you have been alive. To find a place for a homeless individual on a sub-zero night when all the beds and all the rooms are filled. And the list goes on and on. But who cares for you, the officer who must take this all in? You, the officer who simply wants to survive your shift and go home to your loved ones. You, the officer who simply wants to complete your career and then enjoy retirement. One answer, thankfully, lies with the citizens of our communities supporting law enforcement officers. We know you are there. We know you support us. We appreciate you. We see you. Thank you for being at our side. Officers, remember that you wear the badge not just as a symbol of your God-ordained authority, but as a testament to your dedication to justice, fairness, and humanity. You are the individuals who can be relied upon in moments of chaos, the calming presence amid turmoil. Your strength lies in your ability to confront the grave realities of your profession with dignity and unwavering resolve. Kendall understood that his commitment to his community demanded more than mere duty. It required heart, compassion, and an unyielding sense of purpose. It was not the uniform or the badge alone that defined Kendall, but the depth of his character and the courage he displayed in the face of adversity. Every call answered, every wrong confronted, and every life touched spoke volumes of his dedication to a cause greater than himself. Kendall's legacy is not only in the lives he touched or the dangers he faced, but in the quiet moments where he offered a kind word, a helping hand, and a presence of reassurance. These moments are the invisible threads binding the fabric of trust between law enforcement and the community. For those of us who knew Kendall, our pain is still raw and at times unbearable. We say to ourselves, if we could just have one more minute to say goodbye, to let Kendall know how much he has impacted our lives. But alas, that is not possible. All we can do is honor Kendall by carrying on his legacy and by leading our lives and its example for others to follow. As we gather here today, united in shared grief and shared gratitude, Kendall's memory becomes a call to action. To you, his fellow officers, to continue the mission. For the community to never forget the sacrifices made. And for each of us to champion the values he upheld. Officers, let this shared grief transform into a renewed sense of purpose, a commitment to honor the sacrifices of Officers Charles Irvine, Michael Mahalski, Matthew Rittner, Mark Lenz, Peter Jerving, Kendall Corder, and all officers who have fallen in the line of duty. Strive for excellence in service by holding fast to the principles they live by and by ensuring that their service was not in vain. The streets they once walked, the places they once protected, and the lives they once touched are all infused with the memory of their courage. My dear brothers and sisters, when you face days that are overpowering, when you may be faced with despair or wonder if the job is worth it, just stop a moment and remember. Remember the day you received your acceptance letter. Remember the day you put on the badge and were sworn in. Remember the day you pulled over your first traffic violator. Remember the day you made your first arrest. Remember your first pursuit. Remember the day you realized that becoming a police officer was one of the greatest accomplishments of your life and that you couldn't imagine doing anything else. And remember that Kendall and all those who have performed their last act of valor would give anything to do it all again. To Raymond, Rosalind, Rayanna, Deshawn, and all of Kendall's family, there are no words capable of providing sufficient comfort. You have lost a beloved member of your family that cannot be replaced, but know that you have gained a new family of blue. We pledge our undying support and promise to be by your side from this moment forward. Today we pay tribute to Officer Kendall Corder, but it is not the last day we will remember his service and sacrifice. His name will be etched not only upon police memorials, but in our hearts forever. For many generations to come, after we are all gone, Kendall will be remembered for the sacrifice he made, but more importantly, for the life he lived. His service will never be forgotten. God bless you, Officer Kendall Corder. May you rest in peace. Well done, good and faithful servant. Thank you.